All right. Second to last video, and this is dealing with credit cards. So credit cards differ from installment loans, like I mentioned in the beginning of these notes, and that you are not required to pay off your balance in a set period of time. A set period of time. You are required to make a minimum payment, monthly payment. The minimum monthly payment is usually set as either a percent of the balance or a set dollar amount, whichever is higher, and of course plus any fees. Okay, monthly payments generally cover all of the interest, but very little of the principal. And remember, we've learned that word earlier in like 2.1 and 2.2. Principal, otherwise our card balance, in other words. So they're really credit card companies, which makes sense. They're going to collect all their fees for lending us the money, and then we'll start chipping away at what you really owe them. So the key thing I want you to walk away from, if you don't already know this, it takes a very long time to pay it off if you're only making the minimum payments. If you are in that habit, just try to do your best and get out of it, because you'll end up spending so much money on interest alone. So here's our example. You receive your latest Visa bill, and you have $1,456.38 on your balance. Unfortunately, this card has a 20.99% APR, which is pretty standard. So think about what we were just looking at with car loans and everything. This is pretty high. If you want to have this paid off in a year, and you will not be making any new charges, okay, what will your monthly payment be? So your goal is, I'm not going to focus on the minimum balance. I'm going to focus on getting this out of my life in a year. Well, the key word here, what will your monthly payment be? So that's why it's the payment function. And your rate is 0.2099, because it's 20.99%, divided by 12. You're doing this every month for 1 year. And our loan amount is $1,456.38, and we want this guy to be down to 0 by the end of it. Using Excel, Google Sheets, I end up getting $135.60 as my monthly payment. Okay, so now how much will you have paid at the end of the year total? So we have $135.60 every month, and I'm doing this for 12 months total, using whatever computer system you want, calculator I should say, and we get $1,627.20. So hopefully you're feeling better about this, and you can go ahead and answer C on your own. Well, how much interest did you pay? Well, if I gave the credit card company $1,627.20, but really I only owed them $1,456.38. Well, when I use my calculator, I end up getting $170.82, which, is still money I'd rather have in my pocket, but I really didn't give them that much money in interest because I accelerated my payments so much to get it done within 1 year. So then it says, suppose instead you plan to pay off the card in 2 years. How much would still be on the card after you made that 1 year payment? So what we want to do is figure out what our payment would be if we wanted to pay this off in 2 years. So if we want to figure out what our payment would be, we would use the payment function. Our rate is still the same. The difference is we're doing this now for 2 years. And my balance is still the same, which was $1,456.38, and I want this to be down to 0 at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up Sheet just in case more people need practice with it. So equals payment, my rate 0.2099, and then it's going to be for 12 times 2, and then my balance is 1456.38, and I want this to be 0 at the end of it. And then I'm going to enter. So, looks like my monthly payment, so sorry, I lost mine, here it is $74.83. Oh, let's get rid of that guy. So $74.83, which sounds nice in a way, right? Because, wow, my payment went down almost half, and then, I don't have to pay so much monthly. But you'll see, now we want to know, so that what it's truly asking is how much would still be on the card after 1 year of payments. So that's why we want to use the PV function, right? We're trying to look for the amount of the loan. Payment gives our monthly payments. PV gives us the amount of the loan. So 2099 divided by 12. But I only want to know after a year, so that's why I'm going to multiply it by a 1, because it gave that here. And then my payment, we figured out, was $74.83, and I want this to be 0 after it. So that is telling me, once I'm going to go here, equals PV 0.2099 divided by 12. I want to do this for 1 year. And then my monthly payment is $74.83. And I want my future value to be 0. And you'll see here we get $803.68. So yes, your monthly payment went down a lot, but you still, after 1 year, owe more than half of your balance. Okay, so our next video will be on mortgages.